Hello and welcome back to Minecraft. Horizons mod pack, let's build StarsReach. Now last time I was working on the outer towers and I said I was going to get some more work done on it, and I did. As you can see here, I managed to get all 4 towers built, as well as adding a little bit more to the lower section. As you can see, I added a little bit more, namely just this pillar of lava flowing down into a small little thing I built. Let's see if I can get up on top of it. Ooh, crap. Just missed it. I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire. Ooh. But yeah, I built these little things here. I didn't really just want to have a tower like this. I mean, just like the ones over there. I might actually end up doing a little bit more work on those, because I didn't want it just to have a pointed bottom like it had. So I added these carpenter's wedge slopes to the bottom of it and put a block of lava flowing down into this little box thing I built right here. It's nothing really spectacular, just a tiny little thing I added just to add a little bit more to it. Now, I haven't really done anything else beyond that. I did change the design slightly, in that I changed it from 2 carpenter's blocks on these points to only 1 with the wedge slopes. And I just basically copied that first tower design on all 3 sides, right here, here, and over here. So yeah. Now what I think I'm going to tackle is this inner area, namely adding the floors and the roof onto this portion. That's what I think I'm going to handle today. So yeah, let's get started with this, shall we? Okay, well, let's get started with this, and what I'm going to be doing is just adding a floor, just like I did before in the other levels of my build. And once again, I did remember to use my builder's wand, which really did speed this whole thing up when I actually had enough materials. But yeah, just like the other levels, previous level, I am building this floor 5 high. Gives me plenty of room in the lower levels. Actually, I built it 6 high because I'm going to put another layer of wood for the floors themselves. So in the end, I will have 5 blocks high on each floor. Now, I did close off the center gap above where that staircase is, because originally I had planned on simply having the staircase go all the way up to the top. But after looking at it, I realized that it just takes up too much space in the middle of the building, and I did not want to waste all that space. So now that I have the floors done, I'm going to start working out here on the side of the building. Now, what I plan on building right here are kind of an archway, similar to what I did with the bridges out to the outer ring. Now, originally I had thought about having the pillars of this upper walkway kind of outward, hanging over the side, but I just did not like the way it looked when I was done. So I do end up changing it, moving it in 1 block on top of that basalt. But for now, yeah, I just did not like the way it looked. So yeah, I was gonna. It looked okay. It just didn't look good enough the way I wanted it. So yeah, and again, I moved it in by 1. Once again, I'm using the same type of design I was using on the bridges, those marble half slab pavers, along with some carpenter stairs and the chiseled marble for this roofing supports. And again, just like I did with the bridges, I am using kind of a band of stone stairs to break up the wooden stair roof. just to give it a bit more depth. Keep it from being just a flat, it's not really flat since I'm using stairs, but just a single texture. So yeah, I didn't want it to just be a single texture. Same reason I did this with the bridges lower down. Now I tried to figure out how I wanted to do the sides right here, and as you can see, originally I was going to use some more edged stone brick, but I decided to go ahead and use more marble paver slabs, as well as I changed out that single block of chiseled marble there, and I think it looks a little bit better like that. So here I am working on the inner portion of the roof, of the walkway roof, and originally I was going to have this center area where the center pillar is on the outside, kind of an archway itself with a walkway out into the courtyard. But it did not look right. I couldn't think of how I wanted to do it, so in the end I just finished it up with a final pillar right there. But here I am putting on the last bits of the wooden area of the roof, as well as the stone steps. Now, as you can see, I originally was going to have it something like this, but I just couldn't figure out how I wanted it, so yeah. I just said screw it and put another pillar down. I mean, there's plenty of areas in between the pillars I can walk through, and just like with the lower floors, I do plan on having another flooring area in between that brick and stone brick and the basalt brick right there. So here I am working on the doorways into the towers, because I do plan on having stairways in the towers themselves, coming all the way up and stopping at each floor and being the access point for the roof, since I did close off the center stairway in the building. So here is the basic design that I'm going to be using all the way around on all four sides of the building. And yeah, that's the way I'm going to be doing it. So once I had a basic design, I set to work on building the other three sides more or less the same way. I do make some minor changes here and there when I come up with a better idea, but it's more or less exactly the same. So here I am putting the finishing touches, the last bit of the roof, on the last fourth side of this walkway area. And here we have it, all four sides done. So now it's time to start working on the upper portions of the tower, and I plan on having the upper portion of the tower come out to be larger and wider than the tower itself, so it's not just one straight line. Kind of like the way I did the outer towers. We had the thin middle areas and coming into a wider area at the top. Now, I did not really have an idea of how. I had a basic idea of how I wanted to do it, but it took some doing to finally come up with a design I was happy with. I fiddled with it here and there, and yeah, I finally came up with something I was happy with, but it did take some time. And here I am trying to figure out how the side should look, because the way I did the walkway areas, it wasn't exactly even to the center of the towers themselves, so I had to switch it up a little bit, redo it a little bit, just so these upper portions on the side where those walkway areas are would kind of match up with the other portions of the top of the tower. So originally I was using this marble stairway on the side right here, and my plan was to use marble, but I do eventually go back and switch it out for a basalt, which I think looks a little bit better. Now I am trying to I do go back and had to take a little bit of a break to reset the day. But now I'm starting to work on the corner areas, and I am using basalt stairs for the corners right here. And I'm not really happy with the way it came out right there. I'm still trying to figure out how I want it to be done, and it's just not coming out right. So what I do end up doing is using some marble brick for the corner, flanked by the basalt. And I think that comes out a lot better than simply having a solid basalt siding right there. Now I couldn't figure out if I wanted to use pavers, paver slabs, or marble brick on that side right there, on the corner bits. But in the end, I decided to use marble brick with it, so I think it looks a little bit better. But yeah, I do end up going back to take a look at this. And originally, I was just going to have a chiseled marble brick right there. But I do decide to go back and use a carpenter's block with a carpenter's wedge instead. It'd be just so it's not just a flat block. But here we go. I got the basic design, how I want it. Going back with some... Here we are, working on the upper floor, putting the last bits of these basalt stairs and the chiseled marble. Now that's the basic shape of how I wanted it to come out, the basic design, but I was not happy with the actual materials I was using, which I wasn't really happy with it. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, so I will be taking a break in a bit until I can figure out how I wanted it. Now, I did decide to have these upper windows, instead of just a single slit like I do on the lower windows, two slits on the side. Originally, I was going to have the marble pavers in the outer facing of it, but I couldn't decide if that looked better or the marble brick, or maybe edged marble brick would look better. And here we go. From the outside, it just didn't look right. I mean, these lower portions did not come down low enough. It was just a little too flat with the solid marble bricks and the marble stairs. So I did end up adding a little bit of marble. I mean, a little bit of, instead of the stone bricks and the stone stairs, I added a little bit of marble as well. And it didn't turn out the way I liked it. So I took a little bit of break, redesigned it a little bit, and came up with a design I was happy with. So instead of the wood and marble stairs, I go back and change out the middle portion of this brick work with basalt pavers, slabs, as well as adding some chiseled marble blocks in between the bricks, the stone bricks right there. Just like that. And that is the design I was happy with. That's the design I stuck with on all four sides. I did cut it where I was redoing the other three sides, because it was just me replicating that design, and I figured I'd just cut it out right there. But yeah, in the end, I decided to just use standard stone brick for the outside of the windows, basalt paver blocks for the corners, with marble brick for the centerpiece in between. Now, I couldn't decide how I wanted the upper portion of the roof to come out. Originally, I was just going to have that single upside down stair with a chiseled stone, but it was just a bit too bulky for my taste on the way it looked. So I do go back and remove that chiseled stone brick. Now, there was a problem I ran into with working with such a large roof area, because I just kept bringing it in by one block and bringing it in by one block, as you were seeing right there. But it came in too sharply and too close together, and it just didn't look right. So I had to go back and undo the way I did it right there. And as you can see, it just came out very, very misshapen right here. Just like that. And came up a bit short. So I do have to go back and redo it just slightly to get it the way I want it to look, to get the roof just the way I need it to look, so it doesn't have that too friggin' sharp. Now there was a problem that I ran out of spruce wood. So I ran out of actual spruce planks, as well as eventually the spruce stairs themselves, which means I had to cut this whole video short, which you'll be seeing in a bit. But I did go back and redo the roofing just slightly, brought it out by 1 block, so I would have a little bit more room, a little bit more area I could work with to bring the stairway up at a less sharp angle. And I did go back and redo it just like this, just to give it a better shape, a more natural shape to it, instead of too sharp as it was. So here we have it. I'm almost out of stairs, and that's the basic shape I'm going to be going for right there. Okay, well, unfortunately, I have run out of spruce wood. I am completely out in my storeroom down there, as well as in my main base. So it looks like I'm going to have to cut this short, because I do not have enough wood left over to actually finish my roof. So, yeah. Oh, crap. This kind of sucks, actually. But, yeah. Let's see now. I do think I've pretty much got it set up the way I wanted it. I got the design here going the way I want it to. There we go. Right? Come on. Come on. Right there. Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much how I wanted it. Right? Anyway, I'm going to have to do a bit more work on this, get the roof right. I'm going to have to go cut down some more spruce, come back, and finish out the roof. But this is the basic design I'm going to use. This is basically what I'm going to do on all three of the other tower roof areas right here. This is what I'm going to have on top of these. I might make minor changes to it. I don't know. I'm not really sure how happy I am with this design. I might change up the details, change up the materials a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, this is basically what I'm going to have. So I think I'm going to cut it right here and finish out building this, and probably build the other 3 as well. They're most likely going to be more or less the same design, so there's no real point in rebuilding it on camera. But yeah, all I have left to do is finish out this roof once I get some more wood. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Bobson, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye.